Here you come again.
Here we coming up the mountain, and they're coming up the mountain again, and they're coming up the mountain
I
again.
can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait to talk to you today.
Yeah, we're coming up the mountain again. All right.
I can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait to talk to you today.
Yeah, we want to keep this quick, so... Okay.
I got the smoke and dust you stirred up.
Yeah,
Whoa.
absolutely. Yeah, William's up here. He's doing good. He was practicing all weekend. He said, I want to come up here and talk about it. Hey, we got some things to talk about. Here, let me...
I thought William only slammed on his brakes when he heard the word Clinton.
No, don't make him go jumping off of the... You'll go making him jump off of the...
And for those of you out there who don't know, William is our horse.
Yes.
He's our horse of a different color.
People,
and he rides up
why
to
do we
our
call him
5600
William? Why do we call him William?
Because William Tell Overture.
Yeah, there you go.
Destined to take you up, and make you happy. That music, if you listen to it for a long time, it makes you so happy you just want to jump up and down.
Absolutely. Hey, Gene, exciting news. Tell me. Tell me what happened.
Trump won last night. He won South Carolina. I'm so happy. Oh my God, I'm so happy. You know, it's just like that middle finger thing, to the establishment.
Jean sends me this. She sends me this article in Gmail, right? And it's written by this liberal who was kind of analyzing what he saw in the whole Trump movement and everything. And the guy related to this as America giving the big middle finger to the media and the power elite. So, and Time actually said that it was a movement, which is interesting.
Yeah, it feels like a movement.
Yeah, isn't it?
Just anything to get that, I don't know, the consciousness of having just eaten the apple and gone into some sort of weird state of RNC, GOP, especially those senators, congressmen, and House people and all those government people who hold on to their chairs as if if they get pushed over, they will fall over dead or something because, nobody wants to move. Nobody wants to take a chance to stand for truth and for freedom. They're scared to death they'll lose their jobs, bottom line. And if they lose their jobs, so they're not really standing for the truth. They're standing for their jobs and their paycheck.
Yeah, their reputations, and it goes.
I know a couple of other organizations that do that.
Yeah, it goes. Yeah, so do I. It goes the gamut of we'll go ahead and support you, almost to the point of bribes. But the other thing is, it goes anywhere from bribes to threats. For people either keeping their jobs or not. Wow. Well, look at this. South Carolina, there were three. Marco Rubio had three people that were endorsing him that were, major players. And what I liked about the whole thing was the lieutenant governor came back and supported Trump. So awesome. they had to make comments about that. But the point is, again, people remember the game is rigged. Even the whole Democrat-Republican thing has been under the control of a lot of same types of people. So it's two sides. It's been two sides of the same bad coin. So it's like two directions going to the same place. So all of a sudden now you have a Trump card coming in. You have somebody that's stirring it up, mixing it up. If anything, at least we're talking about truth, and at least we're talking about things, regardless of how you feel about the guy. If you're going to make change, given the scenarios the way that it is, you need somebody like this to be able to do it. So with that said,
have you ever heard of aggressive mental suggestion?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
This is what happens to him. He said it today on his interview with Chris Wallace, who was just trying to destroy him. He had a great victory last night, and this morning all they can do is still continue to pick on him. The media makes me so mad. But anyway, he said it's like death when he walks on to the Republican debate stage because he knows all 17, 16, 15, 14, 13 of these guys are after him, and he's got to do everything he can, and it's incoming, constant incoming, in a negative way, and the energy is so hard to handle, so he says these things really quick just to shut them up And if everybody really, really takes the time to listen to his content, they're going to understand that he does stand for truth. He does not lie. I have personally researched every statement he has made and found the truth of it. But it's amazing how the media just puts a spin on it. I really loved it. Megyn Kelly was handling the Fox end of it last night for the victory. And she said, well, Trump wins. And she said it with a straight face. I was like, so.
They don't know what to do with it. They absolutely cannot handle it because
the media is rigged.
It has thrown in the immortal words of John McClane, and anybody who has been a diehard fan, it threw the monkey into the wrench, or threw the wrench into the monkey. So anyway, Trump has done that, and what is going on is, folks, even if this is if God can use some component of this man to be able to bring this forth into it, everything that we have talked about the way the game is, it's stirring it up. So I ask you all, Gene, put the protection out there for those candidates that God wants to use and to allow to win, and not what everybody thinks should happen or how it should feel. We need God working on this thing because, just like you said, the amount of energy this guy's dealing with and the hatred and anger, we got to get protection for this guy. Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael.
You heard it here at the Trek Upward radio show. I'm telling you, last June when he started running, we predicted he would win, and it has just been a win and a win and a win, and it's going to continue. I tell you, that's in his stars. And so anybody that can take that much incoming has got to be a master of some sort. A master. So why wouldn't he be able to handle the world scene? He can handle the media, who are as dark and as dishonest and as foul as can possibly be. Most of them. There's a few that are fine, but here's something funny. Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio were giving victory speeches last night. I was like, wait a minute, you guys didn't win. Trump won. And then Rubio says, and if it's God's will, I be in the office. It's God's will. God is in charge of this. It's God's will. And I looked at my husband. I said, wow. And he said, that there's a teaching that you cannot summon that it's God's will that you be in the office until after you're in the office and you say, I want to do God's will, then you do God's will. But to stand there before you've actually been elected and say, if it's God's will, it'll happen, is rubbish. And I mean, it was a line he put in there twice, almost 3 times, and it was a lie. I mean, in the realm of he captivated and hypnotized his audience by saying that. It was very, very subtle. And if you have any perception at all, you picked up on it. It's like, wait a minute, the will of God. Things don't happen per chance or by accident. They happen because you make a free will choice to do them. And that's what doing astrology is about, to figure out what your free will choice is going to be or not to be. That is the question. But, him saying that afterwards, once he's made the free will choice, he's been elected by the people, they want him there, then his following the will of God is his free will choice. And that's, the appropriate time to say that.
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, there's a blog that was put out on Prophecy is Given. You have to check this out. It's recently posted. And in there, we had listed a series of requirements, or not so much requirements, or items that if you express those would help and assist to be able to gain the favor and support of the Godhead. So, a lot of people will talk because mainstream religion doesn't really give you this understanding. But basically what it is as you make your free will choices, as Gene's pointing out, you align yourself more and more and more with the spiritual principles. And as you demonstrate consistency and constancy in the demonstration of those principles, then you can gain the support of God, from which all victory will be permanent and sustained. So it's that list that we sent out in that blog. Check it out. It are some of the requirements based on our research of what a political person should aspire to and have as a platform to be able to gain more of a support from God. So check it out. And Gene's absolutely right. So as these candidates make their free will choices in their platform, their speech, their actions, their deeds, their words, that will allow God more to congregate around the possibility of this and actually possibly gain a sponsorship. And then when that sponsorship...
Well, I don't know if I said it right. I mean,
oh, you did. I think you absolutely did. No, wait. Here, perfect example. Napoleon. Let's just for 1 second. Napoleon was doing the same thing. He was tapped, and we know from spiritual work that Napoleon was actually tapped by God to start a United States of Europe. Well, Napoleon used that support and power for his own ends and his own means, and that sponsorship was withdrawn. And so as a result of that, down came, his Waterloo, his karma descended. That was the end of it, end of the process. And so we have to be very careful.
I think Rubio will get that. I think Rubio's going to get that. And I think also I heard in Cruz's speech about 10 lies. I could not believe.
Yeah, the guy's a master
because I've been following this and studying it very, very closely. His moon's in Libra. Libras are the, let me say what I think you want to hear instead of what the truth is. And I was shocked. Trump has been saying all week he's the biggest liar he's ever seen. He can't even believe some of the lies that come out of his mouth. So I was studying him and going, where is that? And sure enough, he one after another. He said he hasn't been doing a negative campaign toward any of the other, and he's the only one that's been really doing it, And the robocalls and all of that. He is just, sneaky, sleazy. I'm sorry. I like to see the Christ in everyone or the good in everyone. But, that I do not want that Ted Cruz in our White House.
Well,
oh, my gosh.
Let's talk about Rubio, too, and what we identified in the analysis, what you saw in Rubio's chart. And Rubio's chart was an obvious backing by the power elite. And by those,
he was going to be my second choice, but after that ICE agent did that article in Washington Post yesterday saying that he tried that Rubio and that Gang of Eight thing, he tried to intercede. He came and he said, "No, it's not like this at all. You've got to help us. You got to help us." And Rubio didn't. Rubio just sort of pushed him out of his office and turned his back on him. I was shocked. That was the president of ICE immigration, so he's not.
No. The whole
read those articles.
Yeah, the whole thing is these guys are it's the same status quo and backed by it. Wake up, folks. Wake up and recognize that the same.
Wake up.
If you always do what you've always done, you're always going to get what you've always gotten. And so these same people. That. Thank you. These same people are going. You can quote it.
So is that the same for our radio show? If we always
do what we always do, that's exactly right. Jeez.
God.
Anyway,
we're in trouble.
Listen to those shows again because Rubio has his contacts backed by these moneyed interests. That's what Trump is trying to show everybody that this has been going on. People, wake up. It's controlled by the corporations. It's controlled by moneyed interests. It's controlled by big pharmaceutical companies. It's controlled by, the power elite. So what I'm concerned about is all this negative energy coming back at Donald because all of a sudden the status quo is now being shaken,
Shaken up, yeah. So, well, you know what? Rubio got a bunch of endorsements again last night, now because the establishment's getting so nervous. They're like, give him the money. We got to take Trump out. So I think that it's going to fire up now. I think that they're going to get 10. They're already so hard on him. It's so amazing that he's able to endure it, Trump. And I think they're going to turn up the heat big time.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm really concerned about it.
Yeah, we need to call for his protection, and we will be posting.
Please, everybody, do.
Yep.
Please call to Archangel Michael to protect Donald Trump's life.
We're going to post a prayer out on Prophecy is Given, and I ask that you give it with me, and for protection of the God's choice and candidates. Yeah,
obviously we want God's choice in the candidates, but I saw Trump standing up there, and I don't know. In a lot of the spiritual circles, there is this understanding that deep in your heart, there's a secret chamber. And in that secret chamber is a little 1/16 of an inch threefold flame. And it's pink, and it's yellow, and it's blue. And it represents love, wisdom, and power. And as I'm looking at Trump give his victory speech last night, oh, my God, his daughter Ivanka was in beautiful blue, and she's pregnant. And Melania was in beautiful pink. Excuse me, she was stunning. And then, of course, Trump has that beautiful yellow hair that everybody teases him about. So it was like a threefold flame, love, wisdom, and power. I was like, oh my God, that to me was a sign, because that's the most powerful point and spark of life you've got in your body is in the secret chamber of your heart, where it's literally a little flame that burns there, and it's pink and it's yellow and it's blue and it's amazing.
Okay, one of the things that has stopped sponsorship of this country at full tilt, and why things have allowed to happen as they are, is because we have not turned around abortion. And I think it's interesting that the one wearing the blue was pregnant last night, you know?
I know. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And, you know, he's got 5 children, and they're all just so well behaved and so well mannered, and they don't drink and they don't do drugs and they don't smoke, and it's awesome.
Well, they look like a bunch of models standing up there, to tell you the truth.
I know, because they have such clean aura, and they have clean auras. You look at them, you see there's no evil there, you know. I mean, I read beyond the lines, between the lines, so to speak. I like to read the presence of someone.
Let me put it this way. I'm going to approach it a different way. I was rooting for the truth, and I've been rooting for the truth, and the only truth I've been hearing out of anybody's mouth has been Trump's. I don't hear it out of Rubio. We certainly don't hear it out of Cruz. And the other guys, it's the same stuff that we've been hearing over and over again as the Jeb Bush family. You can't tell me, with the millions of people we have in this country, that we don't have sharp people that could be a president of the United States like this. No, we have to go for the Bush family.
Whoa.
What?
Guess what?
What?
Another thing that you heard first on the Trek Upward radio show, I predicted that Bush would not make it through the election.
You did.
Primary. And sure enough, last night he resigned.
Yeah,
I kind of felt sorry for him because his wife was standing there crying. And he looked like he was going to cry. But, that was the right thing to do. It's like, bye-bye.
Well,
bye, Bush machine.
Please, protection, 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 protection. Please.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, so with that said, we got to wrap it up, Gene. That's it.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So if you like our short shows better, let us know. But we'll do one long show every month or every couple of months. But we're shortening our shows so you get to listen and so us more.
All right, so there it is, our Trump update. I'm out of here. Me and William are gone. Thank you, Gene, and we'll pick it up later on. So we'll carry on our next show. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, Arthur.
Visit our website at thetrekupwardradioshow.com or stop by on Facebook at www.facebook.com/trekupward, and be sure to hit like on our page, or visit YouTube and search for the Trek Upward Radio Show. Be sure to subscribe so you do not miss another episode of the Trek Upward Radio Show. The Trek Upward Radio Show is a studio at 5,600 feet production.